My beloved child, I need you to listen with your heart right now, because what I am about to reveal is not small, and it is not random. There is something standing between you and what I have already prepared for you. It is subtle, it is quiet, and because it feels familiar, you have not recognized it as the barrier it truly is. I have watched you pray. I have seen you wait. I have counted every tear you wiped away when you thought nothing was changing. And you wondered, why does it feel delayed? Why does it feel like something is stuck? Hear me clearly. Nothing is stuck on my side. What is blocking your blessings is not your past, not other people, not even the enemy the way you think. It is something much closer to your heart. You have been carrying an agreement you never meant to make. An agreement with fear that sounds like wisdom. An agreement with doubt that disguises itself as realism. An agreement with delay that whispers, maybe later, maybe not for you. And every time you listen to that voice, you reinforce the wall instead of removing it. I need you to feel this, because this is big. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. But preparation cannot continue if you keep holding on to what I have already asked you to release. Some of the things you call patience, I call hesitation. Some of the things you call humility, I see as hiding. Yes, this is deep. And no, this is not accidental. You keep asking me to move, but I am waiting for you to let go of the mindset that no longer matches where I am taking you. I cannot pour new wine into old thinking. I cannot unlock doors if you are still convinced you don't deserve to walk through them. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires honesty before it requires faith. Look at your thoughts. Not the loud ones, the quiet ones you entertain when no one is around. The ones that say, what if I fail again? The ones that say, I don't want to hope too much. Those thoughts feel protective, but they are blocking you. They are shrinking your expectation, and expectation is the doorway to manifestation. Don't skip this moment. What I'm saying right now is a turning point. You have been asking me for clarity, but clarity comes after surrender. The reason you feel restless is because you are holding something I never told you to carry. You are gripping control where I asked for trust. And control always blocks flow. I am not asking you to do more. I am asking you to remove something. Remove the inner resistance. Remove the agreement with delay. Remove the identity that was formed in survival but cannot follow you into abundance. Stay till the end of this message, because what I am unveiling is not just the problem. It is the key. The moment you decide to stop negotiating with fear, things will begin to move quickly. Faster than you expect. Doors will open without strain. Answers will arrive without forcing. Peace will replace pressure. I am closer than you think. I am not silent. You have just been listening to the wrong voice. And if you feel your heart racing right now, that is not coincidence. That is recognition. That is your spirit remembering what it already knew. This is the moment where everything begins to shift. You have felt it, that quiet resistance inside you when things start to align too well. That moment when hope begins to rise, and something in you pulls back, whispering, be careful. I need you to understand this, because this is where the blockage tightens without you realizing it. I am speaking to the part of you that learned to survive disappointment by lowering expectation. You didn't do this because you were weak. You did it because you were hurt. But what once protected you is now restraining you. And I cannot build your future on a foundation shaped by past pain. Here is a truth you have not heard clearly before. You are not waiting on me as much as you think. You are waiting for permission to believe again. And you have been seeking that permission from circumstances, from people, from signs, when it has always been mine to give. I already gave it. Every time you delay obedience until you feel ready, you are unknowingly reinforcing the very thing blocking your blessing. Read this slowly. Readiness is not a feeling, it is a decision. And I move when you decide to trust me beyond what you can measure. This is not about effort. This is about alignment. There is a gap between where you are standing and where I am calling you, and that gap is not distance, it is agreement. Agreement with uncertainty. Agreement with self-doubt. Agreement with the lie that says you must fully understand before you move. You don't. Faith has never required full visibility. It has always required surrender. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of a single inner shift. Not a dramatic action. Not a public declaration. A quiet, private release where you say, I no longer partner with what contradicts what you have spoken over me. Don't skip this, because this is where many turn back without realizing it. You have asked me to remove obstacles, but some obstacles are internal permissions you haven't revoked yet. You keep giving fear a seat at the table, calling it caution. You keep calling delay wisdom when it is really avoidance. I am not disappointed in you. I am inviting you higher. Listen closely now. The reason the pressure has increased is because you are close. The resistance has intensified because the breakthrough is near. What you feel is not failure, it is transition. Old patterns are losing authority, and they are fighting to stay relevant. Stay till the end, because this next truth is crucial. Blessings do not respond to desperation. They respond to agreement. When your inner world matches my promise, the outer world has no choice but to adjust. I have already rearranged things you cannot see yet. Conversations are aligning. Opportunities are forming. Doors are unlocking quietly. But they cannot fully manifest if you keep doubting your right to receive them. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not disqualified. But you are being asked to choose trust at a deeper level than before. Let go of the version of you that needed proof before peace. Let go of the habit of bracing for disappointment. That posture is blocking the flow of what I am releasing. I am not teasing you with hope. I am preparing you for overflow. And what is coming next will require a heart that is open, not guarded. Expectant, not braced. Resting, not striving. This is where the shift accelerates. Something has been happening beneath the surface of your life, and you sensed it even before you understood it. That inner stirring you couldn't explain. The way old comfort stopped satisfying you. The way certain conversations began to feel heavy. That was me loosening what no longer belongs to you. I was not removing things to harm you. I was making room. Here is the revelation you have not fully grasped yet. Some blessings are blocked not because of fear, but because of familiarity. You have grown comfortable with what is predictable, even when it limits you. You learned how to function in cycles that required less faith, less risk, less expectation. And now I am calling you out of that pattern. This is why it feels uncomfortable. I am not disrupting your life. I am upgrading it. But upgrades require interruption. They require a willingness to release what worked before but cannot take you where I am leading you now. You keep asking me for the next step, but you keep standing in the last season mentally. That is what must be removed. Not people. Not circumstances. A mindset anchored to what used to be safe. I need you to hear this deeply. You cannot carry yesterday's coping mechanisms into tomorrow's calling. The habits that helped you survive will quietly sabotage you if you keep them in a season meant for expansion. Don't skip this moment, because this is where many misunderstand me. You thought the closed doors meant rejection. You thought the silence meant absence. But what if those doors closed because they were too small for who you are becoming? What if the silence was not emptiness but recalibration? I have been teaching you how to stand without leaning on what you used to depend on. That is why certain supports fell away. That is why some relationships changed you. That is why you felt exposed at times. Exposure was not punishment. It was preparation. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires a new posture, one that does not shrink back when uncertainty appears. You have been asking me to confirm my promise again and again, not because you doubt me, but because you doubt yourself. You wonder if you can sustain what you prayed for. You wonder if you can handle the responsibility of the blessing. That hesitation is human, but it cannot lead you now. I am not giving you something fragile. I am shaping you to be strong. This is why I have been pressing on your character more than your circumstances. I am not just interested in giving you something. I am committed to keeping you whole when it arrives. What blocks blessings is not lack of desire. It is lack of readiness to steward what comes with them. Stay till the end, because this truth will steady you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be fearless. But you do have to stop resisting growth. Growth feels like loss before it feels like gain. It feels like stretching before it feels like strength. And right now, you are in the stretch. Let go of the need to fully recognize yourself before you move forward. You are evolving. Of course, this version feels unfamiliar. That does not mean it is wrong. It means it is new. I am not asking you to abandon wisdom. I am asking you to abandon smallness. The moment you stop retreating into what you know and step forward into what I am revealing, the blockage breaks. Momentum returns. Peace deepens. Direction sharpens. You are not being dismantled. You are being built. And what comes next will make sense only because of what you are releasing now. There is a weight you have been carrying that I never placed on you, and tonight I am calling you to put it down. It is the weight of responsibility for outcomes you were only meant to obey toward, not control. You have been measuring yourself by results instead of alignment, and that quiet pressure has been draining you more than you admit. This is a new layer now, so listen closely. You keep thinking the blockage is about belief, but deeper than belief is trust. Belief says, I know you can. Trust says, I will move even if I don't know how. And right now, I am inviting you into trust at a level that feels unfamiliar because it removes your illusion of management. You have been trying to time your breakthrough. You have been waiting for the right moment, the right feeling, the right confirmation. But blessings that are scheduled by me are not delayed by conditions. They are delayed only when you keep postponing the internal decision to fully yield. Here is what must be removed now: the need to stay in control so you don't feel disappointed again. That need has been silently blocking you. You learned to manage expectations so pain would hurt less. But I never asked you to live guarded. I asked you to live surrendered. Guarded hearts stay safe, but they also stay small. Surrendered hearts feel deeply, but they receive fully. Don't skip this, because this is the turning hinge. You have been praying for release, but release happens when you stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Every time you imagine failure before obedience, you tighten the door I am trying to open. Not because I withdraw, but because your grip is full. Your hands cannot receive if they are clenched. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive with responsibility, visibility, and impact. That is why I have been teaching you how to rest without certainty. The blessing will require calm, not panic, authority, not anxiety. You thought I was delaying you to test your patience. but I was strengthening your inner posture so the blessing would not overwhelm you when it comes quickly, because it will come quickly. Hear me. Once this blockage breaks, things will accelerate. This is why I have been asking you to trust me in smaller things lately, to move without applause, to obey without explanation, to stay faithful when no one noticed. Those moments were not insignificant. They were training your spirit to move without needing control. Stay till the end, because this is crucial. The final layer of resistance is not fear of failure, it is fear of success. Fear that things will change too much. Fear that you will be seen. Fear that you won't be able to go back to who you were. And you are right, you won't. But that is not loss. That is transformation. You cannot receive the next level of blessing and keep the same identity. Something in you must expand. And expansion always feels like pressure before it feels like freedom. I am not rushing you. I am calling you forward. Release the timeline. Release the pressure. Release the need to understand every step. The moment you say, I trust you more than I trust my own calculations, the blockage dissolves. Not gradually. Suddenly. Peace will return first. Then clarity. And movement. And when it begins, you will realize I was never holding anything back. I was waiting for you to stop holding yourself back. What I am about to unfold in your life will confirm every quiet moment of obedience you thought went unnoticed. I have been there the whole time. And now, you are ready. There is a door already open in the unseen, and the only reason you haven't walked through it yet is because you've been waiting for certainty instead of permission. I need you to understand this clearly now. Certainty is not what precedes movement. Obedience is. And the moment you choose obedience without guarantees, the unseen becomes visible. This is where everything shifts. You have been asking me to remove the final blockage, but I have been pointing you toward a decision. Not a loud one, not a dramatic one. A quiet, internal yes that changes how you see yourself. Because the greatest block to your blessing has not been what you lack, it has been how small you've been willing to see yourself. You still see yourself through old limits. Limits shaped by seasons when you had to settle. Limits formed when you prayed and didn't see immediate answers. Limits reinforced by voices that underestimated you. But I never agreed with those limits. I need you to release the version of you that only expects what feels reasonable. I am not a reasonable God. I am a faithful one. And faith always asks you to step beyond what feels manageable. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is unfolding right now. You have been standing at the edge of a new assignment, but you've been hesitating because it requires you to trust that I will sustain you, not just start you. You worry about endurance. You wonder if you'll burn out. You ask yourself if you can really maintain what you're about to receive. Listen to me. I do not bless you with something I won't also empower you to carry. The fear of what if I can't keep up has been the final grip holding you back. And today I am asking you to loosen it. You are not stepping into this alone. My grace does not just open doors. It keeps you standing once you walk through them. Stay till the end, because this is the confirmation you've been waiting for. The reason things have felt unusually quiet lately is because I have been aligning timing, not testing you. I have been clearing interference. I have been ensuring that when the blessing arrives, it will not be diluted, delayed, or disrupted. You thought the stillness meant nothing was happening, but stillness often comes right before acceleration. Get ready now, not by striving but by agreeing. Agree that you are ready to be trusted with more. Agree that you no longer need to shrink to feel safe. Agree that what I placed inside you was never meant to stay dormant. The blessing is not coming to replace you. It is coming to reveal you. And when it arrives, you will realize that the real miracle was not the breakthrough, it was who you became while waiting. The patience, the discernment, the quiet strength you didn't know you had. You are no longer standing at the edge. You are stepping forward. And from this moment on, what once felt blocked will begin to flow, with clarity, with peace, and with purpose. I am with you. I have always been with you, and what comes next will prove it. My beloved child, as I spoke to you about releasing what blocks your blessings, hear me now. This is one of the doors I am opening before you. You have prayed, use me, Lord, and I am answering you by inviting you to help this fire spread to souls who are still trapped behind walls of fear and doubt. When you give through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, or PayPal, the link is waiting for you in the video description. You are pouring oil into a lamp that lights paths for others. What you sow today becomes a river tomorrow, flowing into lives you may never meet. Yet heaven records every seed. I declare over you what I have promised. Give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not a donation. This is alignment. A prophetic response to this holy moment. As you give with an open heart, I bless your house, your hands, and your future with overflow and favor. And now move, so boldly, support this mission, and let what once blocked you become the breakthrough for many. You are entering a phase where silence will no longer mean waiting. It will mean listening. I have been quiet not because I was absent, but because I needed you to stop running toward answers and start recognizing my voice within you. This is new territory now, and it requires a different kind of awareness. What blocked you before was not just fear or control, it was noise. Noise from expectations that weren't mine. Noise from comparisons you never admitted affected you. Noise from constantly evaluating your progress instead of trusting my pace. That noise dulled your discernment, and discernment is essential for what comes next. I am about to entrust you with clarity that cannot be rushed and influence that cannot be forced. But clarity only settles in hearts that are still enough to receive it. That is why I slowed things down. That is why I removed distractions. That is why some options quietly faded away without explanation. You didn't lose opportunities. You were protected from misalignment. Hear this carefully now. Not every open door is a blessing, and not every delay is denial. Some things had to remain blocked so you wouldn't arrive too early, too unprepared, or too exposed. Timing matters more than you realize. Don't skip this, because this insight changes everything. You have been interpreting resistance as opposition, but much of it was refinement. I was teaching you to move with precision instead of urgency. You were used to reacting quickly, adjusting constantly, staying alert to survive. But where I am leading you, reaction will exhaust you. You will need confidence, not constant adjustment. This is why I have been anchoring you internally. The next season will require you to trust what I've already placed inside you instead of constantly looking outside for validation. The blockage lifts when you stop outsourcing your confidence. When you stop asking everyone else if you're ready. When you stop needing reassurance for what I have already confirmed. Something huge is waiting for you, but it will not announce itself loudly. It will come with quiet authority, with steadiness, with a sense of this is right that doesn't need to be explained. Stay till the end, because this truth will ground you. You are about to step into a role where discernment matters more than effort, where one aligned decision will outweigh 10 forced ones, where rest will be strategic, not lazy, where boundaries will protect your anointing, not limit your reach. This is why I have been strengthening your no. Every time you felt uncomfortable saying no to something that drained you, I was teaching you to guard what is sacred. You cannot receive what I am sending if your life remains overcrowded. Overflow requires space. Release the guilt of choosing yourself. Release the fear of disappointing others. Release the habit of explaining obedience. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to be aligned with me. The final blockage dissolves when you accept that your path will not look like anyone else's. Comparison was never meant to motivate you. It was meant to distract you. And now, it no longer has permission. I am sharpening your focus. I am steadying your heart. I am positioning you precisely. And when the moment arrives, and it will, you will move without panic, without hesitation, without needing applause. You will recognize it because peace will lead, not pressure. What I am preparing to release through you will bless others, but it will also require maturity to sustain. And you are ready now, not because you feel powerful, but because you are anchored. The noise is fading. The path is clearing. The blockage is gone. Walk forward with confidence. I am guiding every step, and nothing ahead of you is accidental. What you are stepping into now will not feel like a sudden explosion. It will feel like a steady unfolding, and that is how you will know it is from me. I do not rush what must last. I do not overwhelm what must endure. I am bringing you into a season where stability itself is the miracle. You thought the blessing would arrive loudly, dramatically, unmistakably. But instead, it is arriving with calm authority, with quiet confidence, with a sense of grounding that makes you realize how much inner chaos has already left you. This is new. Before, you were driven by urgency. Now, you are being led by assurance. Before, you questioned every step. Now, you feel guided even when you don't have full explanations. That shift is not accidental. That shift is evidence that the blockage has already been removed. Here is the revelation I want you to sit with. When you stop fighting for control, you gain clarity. When you stop forcing outcomes, you receive direction. When you stop asking, "What if this fails?" you finally hear me asking, "What if this works exactly as planned?" Don't skip this moment. Something huge is being sealed right now. You have entered a phase where your obedience will carry more weight than your effort. Small, aligned actions will produce disproportionate results. You will notice that things begin responding to you differently. People, timing, opportunities. Not because you changed who you are, but because you stopped resisting who you were becoming. You are no longer chasing. You are positioning. And positioning always precedes acceleration. There will be moments ahead where you are tempted to revert, to overthink, to second guess, to seek reassurance. When that happens, remember this: peace is your confirmation now. If peace remains, keep moving. If peace leaves a pause, I am teaching you to follow peace as your compass. Stay till the end, because this is vital. What once felt heavy will soon feel natural. Responsibilities that used to intimidate you will fit you. Conversations you once avoided will flow. Decisions that once caused anxiety will be made with quiet confidence. This is not because circumstances changed first. It is because you did. I have matured you in the waiting. The reason you won't miss what is coming is because you are no longer desperate for it. Desperation clouds judgment. Readiness sharpens it. And you are ready now. Not eager, not frantic, not striving. Ready. Something huge is waiting for you. And when it arrives, it will not ask you to prove yourself. It will meet you where you are and move with you. Not ahead of you. Not against you. Let go of the old instinct to brace yourself. You no longer need armor. You need awareness. I am not sending you into confusion. I am leading you into clarity. Trust the calm you feel. That calm was hard-earned. Trust the confidence that doesn't need to speak loudly. Trust the direction that feels steady instead of rushed. You are aligned. You are positioned. You are prepared. And as you move forward from here, you will notice something unmistakable. The struggle to make things happen is gone. What once resisted you now cooperates. What once felt blocked now flows. This is the evidence. This is the fruit. This is the beginning of what you asked for, revealed not all at once, but step by step, moment by moment, exactly as you can carry it. I am with you in this unfolding, and nothing about it will be wasted. There is a sacred confidence forming inside you now, and it doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need permission. It doesn't ask for approval. It simply stands. That is how you know it is real. This confidence was not given overnight. It was built quietly through every moment you chose trust over panic, surrender over control. This is the stage where many don't realize how far they've come because the struggle no longer screams. And yet, this is where the greatest alignment begins. You are no longer reacting to life. You are responding with wisdom. What once triggered you now passes by without power. What once distracted you no longer holds your attention. That is not emotional numbness. That is maturity. And maturity is one of the strongest gateways to blessing. Here is something new you must understand now. Blessings are sustained by stewardship, not excitement. And I have been shaping you into someone who can steward peace, influence, and increase without losing yourself. That is why I didn't rush you. That is why I allowed you to feel stretched. That is why I trained your discernment more than your enthusiasm. Don't skip this, because this realization will anchor you. You are stepping into a phase where discernment will protect what I give you. Not everyone will have access to you like before. Not every opportunity will deserve your yes. And that is not selfishness. It is alignment. Overflow requires boundaries, and boundaries require confidence. You no longer need to explain your growth. You no longer need to justify your obedience. You no longer need to shrink to make others comfortable. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will recognize you by your steadiness, not your noise. You may notice now that your prayers have changed. You ask less for rescue and more for clarity, less for signs and more for direction. It is not because you need me less. It is because you trust me more. And trust is the language of partnership. This is where blessing becomes collaboration. Stay till the end, because this next truth completes the picture. The reason your heart feels calmer even before the full manifestation arrives is because peace always arrives first. Peace is the signal that alignment is complete. When peace settles, movement follows. When movement follows, fruit appears. You are no longer preparing to receive. You are prepared. That is why certain temptations no longer appeal to you. Why certain arguments no longer interest you. Why certain cycles no longer repeat. Those things didn't disappear on their own. You outgrew them. And growth always removes what no longer fits. You are entering a season where your presence alone will bring stability to rooms that used to drain you. Where your words will carry weight without force. Where your decisions will create momentum simply because they are aligned. This is not about status. This is not about recognition. This is about impact. And impact requires humility, clarity, and courage, qualities you now carry quietly. If you ever feel tempted to look back, remember this. You are not moving forward to escape who you were. You are moving forward to honor who you have become. Nothing behind you holds what is ahead of you. Trust the process that refined you. Trust the stillness that steadied you. Trust the clarity that now guides you. You are not standing at the edge anymore. You are walking the path. And as you continue, you will notice that blessings no longer feel distant. They feel natural. They arrive without strain. They remain without fear. They grow without pressure. This is not the end of the journey. This is the beginning of a life that flows. I am with you here. I am guiding you now. And everything unfolding from this point forward will confirm that what once felt blocked was only preparing you for this moment. Now hear me gently, because this is the closing seal on everything you have received. What has changed is not just your circumstances, it is your position. You are no longer standing in anticipation. You are standing in alignment. And alignment is what allows blessings to arrive without struggle and remain without fear. You don't need to chase what is already moving toward you. The reason you feel a deep sense of knowing right now is because your spirit has caught up with what I have been preparing all along. The waiting refined you. The stretching strengthened you. The silence taught you discernment. None of it was wasted. Not one moment. This is important, so don't skip this final truth. What blocked your blessings was never bigger than you. It only felt that way because it was internal. In the moment you chose surrender over control, trust over fear, alignment over urgency, the blockage lost its authority. You didn't fight it. You outgrew it. That is how real freedom happens. From this point forward, you will notice a shift in how life responds to you. Not because everything will be perfect, but because you will be grounded. Challenges will no longer shake your identity. Delays will no longer steal your peace. And opportunities will no longer intimidate you. You will move with calm confidence. Something huge is unfolding, not just around you, but through you. Your life will become a testimony not of rushing but of resting, not of striving but of trusting. People will sense stability when they are near you, even if they can't explain why. That is my presence working through alignment. Stay with me here for this final moment. I am reminding you that you are not alone in what comes next. I go before you. I walk beside you. I steady you when the path feels unfamiliar. You do not need to figure everything out. You only need to stay yielded. When doubt tries to return, remember how far you've come. When fear tries to whisper, remember how deeply you're anchored. When pressure tries to rush you, remember that I am never late. You are exactly where you need to be. What is coming will not steal your peace. What is coming will not break you. What is coming will not require you to become someone you're not. It will meet you as you are, refined, ready, and rooted. And when the blessing fully manifests, you will recognize it not by shock, but by resonance. You will say, "This fits. This feels right. This is what I was prepared for." Because you were. I bless your mind with clarity. I bless your heart with peace. I bless your steps with direction. I bless your future with flow. Walk forward now without hesitation. Receive without fear. Trust without reserve. I am with you. I always have been. And I always will be. Amen. My beloved child, as you rest in this amen moment, know that heaven is still moving, and this is where your obedience can ignite it further. You have felt my peace, and now I invite you to let that peace become action by helping carry my word to hearts that are still waiting to hear it. You've whispered, "Lord, let my life matter," and I tell you, this is how it happens. through generous love released without fear. When you gave through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, or PayPal, the PayPal link is in the video description. You are sowing into open heavens, and I see it. What you release in faith, I multiply like seed in good soil, returning it as blessing, protection, and increase over your family. This moment matters more than you realize. It is a spiritual turning point marked by obedience and trust. Receive my blessing now and act. Give freely, support the mission, and step into the overflow I have prepared for you. My beloved child, before you go, I want you to hike this message right now. Not just as a video, but as a declaration that what once blocked blessings has no power over you anymore. When you use the hype feature, you are pushing this word into the path of someone who is still trapped behind what you've already begun to remove. You are saying, this message must be seen. This truth must move. And yes, like this video too, because every act of engagement becomes a signal that this breakthrough word needs to reach further. Now hear me. When this video ends, do not leave silently. I want you to comment and declare something bold and alive. Write what you are removing. Write what you are releasing. Write what you believe is opening now. Let the comment section become an altar where chains are named and broken. Your words carry agreement, and agreement unlocks movement. So speak it, declare it, and watch what follows. And finally, my beloved, I am calling you to subscribe, not to a channel, but to a flow. This is a place where my voice meets you again and again, where blockages are exposed, hearts are aligned, and blessings are activated. When you subscribe, you are saying, I want to stay where God speaks to me. Stay connected. Stay positioned. Stay under the sound of what shifts your life. Walk forward now. Engage boldly. Declare openly. Remain connected. Amen.